Brilliant. Either way, the stream should probably last now, because that was stupid setting, and it should not be on. Rehad stays 5 seconds clear at the front. Why would you turn down the internet willingly? It keeps blipping out, just like every 5 minutes almost, to check its signal strength to the server, instead of keeping how strong it is and measuring it. That is ridiculous coding from Sony and from YouTube. Whatever else is ridiculous, Sunset completely blocking her teammate now. Sunset not pitting off of his tyres. It's now going to look to hold up. VTech and Sportmad play the team game to help her teammate run away at the front. VTech, however, won't let that happen. Almost goes around the outside into turn 1. Sportmad has got to be frustrated because on the new tyres, he's actually the highest running of the new tyres. This is a very good comeback for Sportmad. Side by side in turn 4 between VTech and Sunset. That won't work. Both of them find themselves off the track, and they both find themselves blocking the middle of the track. This is getting a bit ridiculous now, because just holding up the rest of the field for your teammate. Havoc Connor rejoins the session. Can you please stop leaving and rejoining, because it messes with the host and then it messes with everything. There's a yellow flag for Lunatic Kai, who found himself around again. So this is pole position has not been utilised by Lunatic Kai. Probably needs to work on his tyre temperatures and do a bit more race practices rather than sticking to the time trial. But we'll see. These tyres might not make it to the end. They might yet. Razi set the new fastest lap of the race by 0.10 over Rehad. So Rehad out front has actually got quite a lot of pace today. Why position change? Delta disabled. Map data on. Full track map on. Havoc Connor is in control of his car. Oh, okay, it's because he's rejoining, it's taking control, so now we can't see the timing for like an entire lap. We'll look to see what's happening on track. We can see Sunset Smiler is still holding up drivers on 14 lap old tyres, just in the middle of the pack. She got damage. She's not even got damage. Jesus. Sunset's really just struggling on those old mediums, to the point where Spaceman is just running to the back of her. Please tell me she pits. Thank you very much. Sunset will finally get out of the way, but that wasn't before making contact with Spaceman, who's sent spinning around at the back of the grid. I don't really understand. And Spaceman's tyres are extremely hot, to the point where he's doing his best Carlos Sainz impression at the final corner. Jesus. Your tyres are that old and you got that much pace from the drivers behind you. Don't defend. Queener, interestingly, on hard tyres is still in 5th position. Rather, he's going to want to hunt down Rehad, looking for a 3rd win of the season. Sportmad, actually, I think that might have been what happened. I think Sportmad might have picked up a 3-second penalty whilst the screen was turning itself back on again. It's always useful when the commentator can't even see what he's having to commentate on. Interesting 15 seconds of the stream. Well, not really. Oh, yeah. Interesting 15 seconds of crisis in my head. race has been stressful enough with drivers really close to each other, and then suddenly not. You wonder what's happening. It's just losing the car. Oh, that was timing. Queener losing the car through turn 1 on hard tyres, struggling to the cars around him. No, the average gamer and Rigby, lot of pace. If the stream dies again, I don't think I'll restart it, because as much as I think these drivers will want to be on the stream, if it's just going to do this from, I don't really know what I'm meant to do against it. The only other problem for Rehab that could possibly throw away this race is if they all have to pit again, which if the Lunatic, which I think he isn't out of this race, he's just spun around again and has lost an entire front wing. I can see the damage, so that is a good sign, because before, people running around with clearly with damage, just you couldn't see it for whatever reason, because of the internet just being weird. For whatever reason, it dictates. In the lobby, for a spectator, sometimes the spectators end up not seeing the damage. Not when Codemasters are Codemasters, not much you can do against that. Riyadh, however, is one of those ones who's fallen victim with that 5-second penalty. To the point that I was saying, if these drivers are going to have to pit again in the last 17 laps of this race, they've already been on these tyres for best part of 10 laps, 8 laps for Riyadh, 10 laps for Razi. He'll need to push those for 25 laps of the race, which would effectively be a soft 2 medium 1-stop strategy, which a lot of the drivers are looking for soft medium mediums. But if Rehad has to pit for that 5-second penalty, then he's probably going to come out behind Razi, because the way that Codemasters have coded the pit stops for a 5-second penalty, the pit crew often don't actually touch the car until about 6.5 seconds after, which is what the gap is. There's 5 seconds, but they don't immediately grab it like to change the tyres as soon as that timing is done, like you would see in real life. They decide to breathe and cost valuable time, which in this instance would be the valuable time that would put Rehad behind Razi. And then if that 5 seconds was served, you could almost, I don't think you can get the 5 seconds removed. He has to serve the 5 seconds at a pit stop. Riyadh is going to want to have that not happen, because he's driven quite well today, and he's got a 6.5 second gap, partly due to the good driving at the front, of course, but partly due to just managing the safety car in his favour. Lots of variables, as always, in Formula 1. Never a straightforward race. That's, of course, very, very rare, of course, for the perfect strategy. You got lots of strategies at every track. With the rules being how it is, it's almost quite disappointing. The removal of the Q-tie rule for 2022 means that come the season 6 of SRL, which probably well, it might be on the F1 22 game, depending on when that releases. Be very exciting to see who will capitalise on the 2022 cars. Actually, might go for a Nations Cup. That'll probably be what happens. There'll be a Nations Cup between season 5 and season 6 to fill the time between the 2021 game coming to the end of its yearly league racing lifespan and the 2022 game releasing. Nevertheless, you got to crown the season 5 champions before that, which at the minute Razi is looking a strong contender for. Lots of these drivers, when they can put their drive together, they can be up there. Rehad is one of them. Had a fantastic race in Austria, but not fantastic qualifying. Didn't get a single valid lap. Started 20th for the second race in Austria. If I told you that the man who started 20th in Austria and didn't set a single valid lap because of track limits would be looking a strong contender to win in Hungary in the 5th round of the season, you'd call me a madman. But anything will, and usually does, happen in the world of Formula 1. That's how Sportman is winless this season, despite being in a good position both in Austria and in Baku. He won the race on track in Baku, but after the penalties, Sportman dropped back to P2. But he's done an amazing job to climb up to P3 today after not having a lap in qualifying, moving up 13 positions from 16th on the grid. Lars, who joined him on the back row, is up to 10th from 17th. He's going to be looking to get past the Spiderman fan and Nolan Mitch running off the track. Lars has got a run round the outside on the brakes into turn 4 by Lars. That has got to be submitted to move of the month. Lovely move by Lars, just as we were talking about him. Up into P9 now on track. Jeez. I wish there was replays, otherwise I'd be playing that on loop. The other one, next car behind Nolan Mitch is now Havoc Connor. We'll go to the telly shots for a minute. Havoc Connor runs off the track in the pursuit of Nolan Mitch, who now falls back into 10th position. Enough of that for the moment. Nerdy Average Gamer, Queener. So qualifying proving not to be everything. Rehad starting 7th, leading the race by 6.4 seconds. Sportmad started 16th. Lunatic, who started on pole, has had another spin and is now officially last on the track, all the way down in 15th. And he's clearly got damage, because that is not the racing line you'd be taking. Ooh, okay. So a disappointing race for Alfa Romeo. One car already out and the other one suffering big damage yet again. Crawling around the track. Williams, bit of an inconsistent team this season. We're quite high up in the Constructors' Championship. They're always inconsistent, but they're always within the top 10, at least here in Tier 3. Both Lars and Nerdy Average Gamer looking to bring home another double top 10 finish. Nerdy Average Gamer, however, into the pit, so is the 2-stop the strategy. Some of these drivers would have started on the mediums though, won't they? Some of these yeah, okay, so some of these drivers will still have to pit if they started on mediums, because most of them have opted for mediums or hards. Queener started on softs, he's gone for hards, because you have to use 2 tyre compounds. So I believe Nerdy Average Gamer did he start on the mediums? No idea. I think he started outside. Actually won't have started on the mediums if he's going on to another set. You've got to use 2 tyre compounds. Lunatic Kai has now got his front wing back and is racing whilst being a lap. Okay. At least he's ghosted. He's got quite a lot of pace because these drives are on the old side and he's on fresh softs, as long as he doesn't bin it, which he almost just did. Is he a lap down? Lunatic Kai is a lap down. So from being on pole to being a lap down is just further evidence, if you need it anymore, that qualifying is not everything. You can do it for 1 lap, but can you do it for 35? Rigby pulls into the pits then. So Rigby triggers the first of the new mediums runners into the pit lane. Well, first Nerdy Average Gamer triggered that. Nerdy Average Gamer and Rigby were relatively close on track, I believe. Nerdy Average Gamer on the undercut will definitely come out ahead of Rigby. Actually, will he? Gonna be close. Here's Rigby. There's Nerdy Average Gamer. Nerdy Average Gamer does get through. And it is ahead. NJ Devil picks up a 3-second penalty for track limit penalties. Running in 5th, just exactly where he started. Probably might have got a bit thrown off by Lunatic Guy, who's been a bit... got lunatic levels of pace on the new softs. Rehad not exactly got the lunatic amount of pace, but he's got a lunatic sized lead over Razi. 6.4 seconds. Will he even need to get that penalty removed? Like to think that he will remove it anyway. It's better to send in the removal report and then get it either way. Rigby DNFs, so that is another safety car. So this will surely be most of the field in for a set of softs until the end, I'd say. Potentially, that or a new set of mediums is probably your only options in this situation. No, Mitch is burning fuel on the pit entry, plus 2.34 laps. Sunset has picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car and ignoring the delta. So that will send to the back of the field. Yikes. Lots of these drivers are very high on the fuel. Some of them you can see with my camera settings, some of them you can't. But most of them would appear to be at least one lap over. Rehad's the best part of 2, so Rehad will serve his penalty should he pit. So if Rehad pits for new tyres, yep, Rehad's gonna pit for new tyres, so Rehad may keep the lead here because Razi's not exactly as close as he was to his delta. Everyone's got to go through pits. Sunset Miners picked up another penalty for speeding up. She's picked up 2 drive-throughs. Has she not got a delta? She's still going flat out. Gonna get disqualified. Wait, what? Why would it be a 3rd drive-through? Has she been disqualified? What? Huh? Is that the game being weird or what? NJ Devils actually stayed out. Rehad drops behind. I'm gonna tell me the stream's dead. Let Lunatic Kai unlap himself. This is true. If I don't think it'll happen, Lunatic Kai. You got a lot of drivers ahead of you. If people are watching, the only way for him to be able to unlap himself would be for all of the leaders. How many cars is ahead of him? Queener. Okay, if they want to do this, all of the top 6 need to let him unlap himself. So if they've got to pull off the side of the track. They've got to pull off the track to let Lunatic guys through, which I don't think will happen because he's got to overtake 6 cars. We'll see if any of them will let him through. Lunatic Kai, if you want to do this, you might be best to just make a PlayStation group chat quickly and ask them to go off the track to let you unlap yourself. Because I doubt they'll be watching the stream to know to pull off the side. So unfortunately I don't think it will happen unless you're going to message them directly. Plus there's not that many places to pull off the side of the track here. Yeah, Kai, I don't think it'll happen, mate. Unfortunately for you. It's not much that we can really do. Drivers aren't watching the stream to know to pull off to the side of the track. Sunset's Miner has added to the safety car penalty tally and got herself a 3-second track limit penalties under the safety car. So Kai probably won't get the chance to unlap himself. Unfortunately, not much we can really do other than watch it happen because that's just the way that the game's coded, unfortunately. It's a real life feature to let the lapped cars unlap themselves. We aren't pulling a Michael Massey, I promise. Unfortunate for Kai. He's going to remain a lap down, I think. I don't think there's much chance now of anyone pulling off the track to let him through, because they all need to know to do it, and it's easy if there's 1 or 2 cars ahead, but when there's 6, well, there's 1, that was someone. That is Lars, who's just spun under safety car. 17 lap old tyres. So he's opted for the track position over fresh rubber, which is probably not the wisest idea. We should probably be going in this lap, usually. Spaceman fans quite a while back. I don't think we will. Unless it's quite a late call, we're not going to go green this lap. Oh, okay, it's going to be a late call. Safety car's in this lap. So NJ Devil and Rehad lead the way for Aston Martin. NJ Devil's got quite old tyres. So the ideal team decision here is to let Riyadh through and then let NJ Devil be a bit of a defend for his life from Razi, which is looking like it's going to happen as Riyadh into the lead. He's not got new softs. Sportmad's going to get the place on NJ Devil. NJ Devil's going to can't get the run. Razi can get the run. Razi to the inside for P3 on the track. He might be followed sweet through by Queener, so NJ Devil's decision to try and help out his teammate probably isn't going to work because of that how slow those old hards are. Queener gets stuck behind NJ Devil then through this middle sector at least, and Nerdy Average Gamer actually is going to look for a move into turn 6 and turn 7, backs out sensibly. We'll look at the penalties. 3-second track limits for Sportmad. Rehad's got none at the front. Rehad looking like he was going to win before the safety car. Clears his 5-second penalty. He's got what are the tyres? Rehad has got mediums instead of softs. What was that? Sportmad just like that. No, has he? Why is the gap nothing? Why is the gap nothing? Did they set like the same lap time or something? That was the only reason I could think of for it being like that, because they definitely weren't. They definitely aren't exactly side by side perfectly. Rehad probably thinks that he's either not got any new softs and he's gone for the mediums, or Rehad reckons that those tyres are going to die out too fast. Rehad's teammate NJ Devil picks up another 3-second penalty, which puts him up to 9 seconds to be added onto his race time. Sportmad is going to look for his first win here. Rehad also looking for his first win of the season. Razi's looking for a third. He could still get this. Queener, if these 3 battle at the front, could also get a piece of the action. Currently he'd get his teammate on penalties. Purple sector for Queener actually, so Queener probably also wants to get involved in this battle. Mediums versus soft versus soft versus soft. There's only one of the 4 on mediums. Ride on balls will be enabled this lap. Not close enough is Sportmad just yet. Will Rehad manage to manage those mediums home to the end? He's actually managed to find some D for Rehad. We'll find out in a few lap time. DRS is not activated yet, and that will account for a lot of lap time. As Razi and Queener now really pushing to get onto the back of this train. Look at the aggression on the track limits through turn 4. Queener is definitely looking to get a piece of the action. Sportmad has got a lot of pace in the middle sector. It's really where the tyres are coming to life. So if Rehad... Ooh! That was definitely the rear getting lost on a curb then for Sportmad. You heard the engine cut out momentarily as he was sliding. Final 2 corners, also one of the weirdest corners to nail, so that'll be a lot of lap time. of the differential between soft and mediums. Riyadh has had a very good run out of the final corner and will definitely stay ahead into turn 1. What is going on? Why have they got all... Oh, for God's sake. Everyone's got X's. Why are we migrating host? What? Larsh has left the session. Huh? Larsh... The stream hasn't crashed. I'm sorry, what? That can't be right. Riyadh... No? What? Is this Elmerix's lobby in joining at mid-quali? Did that happen for everyone? No. Am I in my own lobby? What? Huh? That's not happened. Has that happened for everyone or not? I'm so confused. What? So is that Elmerix's lobby joining mid-quali of the lobby has only just got... Huh? But the stream is still going. So it wasn't the stream? Huh? If it wasn't... The stream hasn't died. The lobby's just kicked me out. What? That is just ridiculous. I do apologise, it's been a day full of bugs on the tier 3 stream. So, what actually happened? Rigby retired. Sunset just got disqualified. Riyadh is still leading out front. Sportmad is still stuck behind in second. What just happened? Everything is the same. Nothing's changed between... What? So I just got randomly removed from the lobby. Did someone rejoin? Sometimes it will rejoin and then kick the spectators out. Raz is going to be looking to kick Sportman out of that P2. He's got quite a lot of pace. Riyadh's also managed to get quite a lot of pace on those mediums, pulling away at the front. As they're soft, so was this right strategy from Riyadh to go for mediums instead of softs on the late safety car? I don't know. If that doesn't epitomise Codemasters, I don't know what does. Lobby has remained the exact same. I've got nothing to say any internet problems are coming up from either PlayStation or the game itself. It's just removed me from the lobby, it seems. Either way, the one who isn't currently getting removed from the lead is Riyadh. Riyadh looking good for the win. He's got pace in the middle sector. Sportman's managing to keep the gap less than it would be if DRS isn't playing a factor. Riyadh's got to be very careful. That was wide at turn 1, and that was looking almost off of the track. Ooh, okay. For a second I thought Sportman had a move on, as Riyadh locked those tyres up too much. Riyadh's driving a bit cautiously now. He's lost half a second. Sportmad has lost his car, and Razi's going to look for a move into turn 6 and turn 7. Sensibly backs out before a big incident happened, which would have allowed Queener through. Queener's looking strong to take the P4. He got a 3-second penalty, so he won't take the podium. Ooh, Sportmad, Jesus, man. Almost gifting Riyadh the win, and yeah, he's not going to get DRS, so he's going to be very, Well, he might get DRS still. The DRS detection point isn't till right at the end of the lap. Yeah, he will get DRS. He won't be as close as he would have wanted to be. How much DRS has he got in the tank to use? Not nearly as much as Ree had. So we go on to the final lap. The biggest overtaking opportunities being turn 1 and turn 2. Razi's going to know that. Razi's going to look almost all late on the brakes. Very careful to not run into the back of him. Razi's slotted behind. Will there be any moves? NJ Devil's looking to get Nolan Mitch, or is it the other way around? No. What? Who's to fight? It is Spider-Man fan and Nolan Mitch. He's going to go side by side through his turn 2 and 3. Through turn 2, Nolan Mitch gets it done. Spider-Man fan, oh, bit of a bump in the rear, almost gets to switch back into turn 3. He's got to run into turn 4 maybe. Nope, and he's got a 3-second penalty, so that will be a battle out on track for position. Another battle on track, still Razi's going to still be close to Sportmad. It will get him on penalties, but should Sportmad get that penalty removed, he's going to want to do it on track, probably. But the win on track is going to go to a man you wouldn't have suspected probably at such race. 7th on the grid to the win. Rehad, get the power down, mate. You're not crossed the line yet. Rehad wins for the first time in his career in SRL, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Razi, another podium, another strong result. Sportmad comes home in P3 after his 3-second penalty. Queener 4th, another strong McLaren performance. Nerdy Average Gamer is 5th. Nolan Mitch is 6th. There's a yellow flag for Lunatic Kai, who's spinning across the line. Spider-Man fan 7th. Nolan Mitch 6th. Andrew Devils 8th. Havoc Connor 9th. Spaceman, every time I try to say Spaceman fan, Spaceman 10th, Lash 11th, disappointing again for Williams. He definitely had the pace today to do a lot better than he did. VTech, another one who probably could have had a lot more pace in today. Usually he's definitely got the potential to be a lot faster. He's only going to be 12th. Was there not another car to cross the line? Or was that the leaders who were that far behind already? Sportmad gets the driver of the day in the game, got to say. I do agree with it. Lovely drive, 16th on the grid, didn't set a lap in qualifying. Looked like he was with a shot of the win. Couple of mistakes and that 3-second penalty, of course, kept him away from that. Nevertheless, Rehad holds the trophy, sprays the champagne, and takes the win in Hungary. Croatia, Germany, Britain on the podium. 3 different teams, 3 different nationalities. You love to see it. So then, here will be the final classification. Well, the provisional classification before the stewards. If it will load. There we go. That's the provisional race results. Rehad, Razi, Sportmad, Queener in 4th, Nerdy Average Gamer in 5th, Nolan Mitch in 6th, Spider-Man Fan in 7th, NJ Devil in 8th, Havoc Connor in 9th, Spaceman in 10th, Lash in 11th, with the fastest lap as well, VTech in 12th, Lunatic Kai, pole position, only down, finishes the race in 13th, Rigby in 14th, Pool Elite 15th, no, there we've got the DNFs. And then the DNFs from the race being Rigby, Pool Elite, Elmrix and Sunset, with getting disqualified after the speeding under the safety car got them her drive-throughs. So something to learn about the game then. And even the lobby then is still broken. Nice. You love Codemasters. We love Codemasters. We really do. That will be it. Actually it, as I will see you, well, I probably won't see you, but we, as the league, will see you next week. Yeah, I don't really know what happens with the streams, because it's just I don't really know. Nevertheless, it was a good drive by Razi, who wins on track before the steward report. He probably will keep that. He'll look to do the same next week in Hungary. But the green Aston Martin becomes the third winner of the season, so Razi and Queener no longer stand on the top step of the podium, and we're now having our third different winner in the first 5 rounds. So then, that will now be it for Stream. Razi leaves Hungary probably still as the championship leader. Another strong showing for the Alpine driver. The other team with a strong showing, of course, McLaren. Never ruling out McLaren in Tier 3. Both of their drivers very strong. Hopefully they'll look to do the same around probably a track that would appear, based off the early rounds of the calendar, to probably suit the McLaren drivers of Sport Anything. Portimao is up next. That should be a thrilling race. It's a beautiful track, beautiful countryside location. Always nice and warm. Hopefully they'll get nice and warm temperatures next week and avoid the rain. We'll see you next week for Tier 3 then.